Hello, everyone, and welcome. It is great to see you this late morning, early afternoon here in Florida and wherever you might be joining me from. Now, I have to say, this is the second time that I have done this live, and yesterday we had so much fun going through all of the content, sharing ideas, and getting you ready to really hit the ground running when it comes to your marketing. So, I just wanted to take a second and thank you so much for being here, taking time out of your day and dedicating it to your marketing. Now, I do have one tip before we begin. We're going to be covering a lot, but it's very actionable. So, what I recommend you do is grab a pen, grab a notepad, and jot these ideas down because I'm going to walk you through a framework that you can easily apply to your business and marketing that you should be doing. Another tip. Feel free to take a screenshot on your computer of anything that I'm sharing. And you can also take photos with your phone because I'm going to be sharing a lot of templates, a lot of ideas if you want to replicate those into your own business. And we're going to be talking today about the exact strategy you should be doing right now. So, if you have other things going on with your marketing, other things going on with your business, I promise you that this strategy that I'm talking about today is going to move you forward without that overwhelm that you sometimes get of having so much to do and without wasted time of spending time trying to figure it out or focusing on strategies that aren't working. Now, I have a very bold claim to kick off this training. And you might be thinking, Heather, you don't know me. How are you making this claim? Well, I have worked in real estate marketing for a long time, and I would be willing to bet I know exactly why you might struggle with any of your marketing and why you might not always get results with what you're looking to do. And I have to say, it's not because you maybe don't have a great idea. There are a lot of great ideas out there. You might be inspired by a video you watched with another agent. You might have gone to a training and learned something cool. And it's definitely not an algorithm hack. I teach a lot of social media marketing, and the algorithms are constantly changing. The nature that we're in is constantly changing. And it's not another hack or shortcut that's going to lead you to that long term success that you're looking for. What I found time and time again is that marketing tends to either not work or not get you the full potential that it could. Maybe it's getting you a little bit of something, but it's not reaching that full maximum potential because of these three reasons. The first is overwhelm. You have so much going on in your business and in your life between actually working with your real estate customers, managing what you have going on, and then also on top of that, being a full-time marketer can be really overwhelming to know where to start, what to do, how to really get things going for you. And that often leads to inconsistency. So, how do you show up purposefully and have a plan that you're sticking to? Maybe you start out great, you do it a couple times, and then you just can't really figure out a way to make it work. And then finally, strategy. Now, strategy might be the reason why you're not getting really any results, or strategy could be the reason why you're getting some results, but you're not getting the most results that you possibly could. And these three reasons hold agents back every day. And what I found is what we need to do with your marketing is find a system that really fits into your entire life, your entire world. So I'm talking, it works to help you reach your very specific goals as an agent and in your market. It works in that business plan that you might have. And very importantly, it works into your life because there are a lot of very high ambitious plans out there that would be amazing, but they don't necessarily work actually for everyday life. What you need is something that you can implement, keep up with, and get results from instead of feeling like you need to spend hours and hours that you maybe don't have on your marketing. So that's what I found that works is coming up with a system that really fits seamlessly into you and what you're looking to do. So, my promise for you today is that we do walk away from this training with a doable system. That's why I said grab your pen, grab your notebook, because you're going to walk away with that doable system that you can apply directly to your business, work in the time that you have, and really get the most out of everything that you're doing. We've got some creative ideas, some innovative ideas, some tried and true ideas. So, no matter what your focus is in your business, this marketing strategy is going to work for you. And if you haven't joined me for a live training, I'd love to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Heather Colby. I am the founder and owner of Ideas for Real Estate and our signature membership, the Marketing Suite. You might have tuned into my podcast, seen me out in the world. Maybe you're even following me on Instagram, and that's what brought you here today. If you're not following me, grab your phone, scan that QR code, and be sure to follow me, because on Instagram, I also share a lot of social media marketing tips, real ideas, behind the scenes, a lot of good little bites of content there that you can be following. And I mentioned earlier that I've been in real estate a long time. Real estate is really my world. I've been a professional real estate marketer for over a decade, and I've had the opportunity to do some amazing things. I've met so many wonderful people, and I've had a lot of fun along the way. So I've got some little screenshots, some little photos of me so you can get an idea of who I am and how I can help you. So I've spoken at conferences, I've been featured in leading outlets, and my big passion today is to show up and to bring you content that's actually going to work in your business. I was a chief marketing and tech officer of a brokerage for 8 years, and I'm also married to a commercial agent. So, real estate and I have a very close relationship, and I'm so proud to be able to bring marketing to agents and to brokerages in a way that's going to work for them. And I mentioned I have a lot of fun with it too. You'll see me, with my selfie stick, creating content, trying video ideas, and just doing things differently to still get results. And I'm going to take that decade plus of experience and bring it to you today. And when I say decade plus of experience, I'm not talking about all the shiny, great things that have happened, awards and things like that. I'm talking about the failures that I've had, the things I've tried and didn't work, so that you can truly learn from my experience and just hit the ground running with marketing that's going to work for you. So today we're going to go over a lineup that I think you'll find very interesting. The first thing we're going to talk about is the 5 elements of marketing success. Now, I have a couple of unpopular opinions here that you might not hear from other real estate coaches and other marketers. So I'm excited for you to hear what those are. Then we're going to go into the doable monthly content plan. This is exactly what I recommend you do every month. It's not just a bunch of ideas and fluff. This is, if you do this, you will get business. And I've had many agents do these things and get business following this strategy. And then one of the things I hate is when you walk away from a training, you're super motivated, and then life kind of gets in the way, you get busy, and you don't actually get to implement what you learn. So in this next section, I'm going to take you through the next steps, how you can DIY it, put it all together yourself, or how I can maybe help you do that. As I mentioned, I'm the owner of Ideas for Real Estate and our platform, the Marketing Suite. So I would love to take the opportunity to share a little bit about that with you and how it might benefit you. And I promise this training is not going to be some long sales pitch where it's 20 minutes of high level information and you don't really get anything out of it. No, but I would like the opportunity just to share what I'm passionate about and how I can help you. And then at the end, we're going to have some live Q&As. We had some great questions yesterday on all kinds of things, and I will give you that link to your fall social pack bonus at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. And one thing I think that makes a great experience on a training is that it's interactive. Even if we're virtual, it can still be interactive. So feel free to chat on in, answer any questions that I might ask, share your thoughts and ideas. Don't mind blowing up the chat. It will help you actually be more engaged and walk away from the training with a little bit more. And I'd love to start this out with a question for you. We were talking about challenges earlier. There are all kinds of external challenges we're always going to have. What's going on with the market? What's going on with the world? But here are some common internal challenges that often hold agents back. So I'd love for you to share with me or think about which one you might be. Are you mint Maybe you're so busy, you don't really have time to be consistent. I mean, to be fair, to be honest, you're really busy, having a hard time being consistent. Maybe you're teal, you struggle knowing actually what will work to get business. You kind of know, but you're struggling figuring out exactly what you should be doing. Blue, you're just honestly overwhelmed. It's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to do. And it's okay if you're trying to do it, but maybe you feel like you can't do it all well because it's so much. And then yellow, you just need some clarity maybe on your branding and making connections. You already kind of have a system going, but it could be improved. So we've got mostly blues in the chats. Now we're tied with teals. So overwhelmed, struggling to figure out what to do. Claire is looking for some clarity on her branding and making connections. You might even feel some of these colors more than one. You might feel mint, teal, blue, and yellow all together, and that is perfectly normal. It's normal to have these challenges. What I want to do as your go to for real estate marketing is to recognize those challenges and not give you some lofty version of the ideal situation. What I want to do is be very practical, yet still innovative to fit a marketing strategy that's actually going to work with your business. It fits into your life and gets you results. So, we're going to start with the 5 key elements of marketing success. So, when we're thinking about your marketing ideas, we're thinking about different things that you can be doing. I want you to evaluate it using these 5 key elements so that we can practically apply it to your business. And that's going to save you time. It's going to stop you from getting distracted by things that maybe aren't necessarily going to work. And it's going to also alleviate a lot of frustration. I have seen way too much marketing tech and frustration in my day, and that is not what I want from you. So, the first thing that we want our marketing is to be time friendly. Okay, you see this awesome video and you're like, I want to create these high level YouTube videos. Go for it. But I want you to think about what is necessarily time friendly for your business so that you can actually get it done. So, in your marketing, we need a mix of things that are very time friendly, that only take a little bit of time, but have a lot of return so that you can add in passion projects that you might have as well, like that YouTube video. But we really need to be evaluating the marketing for time and leveraging as much time-friendly marketing as we can. And one way that you get even more done with your marketing, you get more bang for your buck, I like to say, is to make sure that it's multi-purpose. So you might have heard the concept repurpose content. So share a video multiple ways. That is not the same thing as multi-purpose. This isn't some strategy I learned from a book or saw a term somewhere. This is real life practical experience. I found that if you want to be successful with real estate marketing, you need to have one thing and have it work for you in multiple different ways. It has a home run hit for all kinds of different goals that you have so that you can really get the most out of everything that you're doing because you know that this one thing is actually accomplishing more than one goal. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit later about what are examples of multi-purpose marketing and that you should be including. The third is targeted. Now, this is not one that people are probably going to argue about. We know that targeted marketing works better. The more specific that you can be, the more it actually relates back to that ideal person that you're trying to attract. So if you went out and you were in a busy area and you said, "Hi, look at me. I'm a real estate agent. You can come work with me." You might think, "Oh my gosh, like I would never do that. That would be strange." But if you did that, people aren't going to come up to you right away and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a real estate agent. You're the one for me." It needs to be more natural. It needs to be more personal to the people you're looking to attract. Maybe you're in a smaller group setting and you introduce yourself as that local expert. You know what's going on with home values. Hey, have you heard about the news and interest rates that's happening right now? And you have a captivated audience of people who are interested. So we need to get you in front of that captivated audience of people that are interested with targeted marketing. And a wild card that I'm throwing in here for your 5 elements is making your marketing extra special. Now, not everything you do is going to be extra special, but when we think about marketing, I want you to think about marketing as a pathway for relationships, moving forward and nurturing relationships that leads to more business. And you know that four seasons experience where it's just something a little bit extra special. We can do that with your marketing. It's not all the time, it's for select marketing, but it really makes an impression. I like to say it gives people those warm and fuzzy feelings that keeps them connected to you. So, how can we make your marketing extra special? And I'll give you a spoiler here. A lot of this has to do with experiences. And then finally, we want your marketing to be branded to you because that is what's going to make you stand out from other agents in your market. If you're a team, that's how your team is going to stand out. You really have to put that you into your marketing because that's how people are going to see you, recognize you, remember you, and ultimately want to work with you. And when I say branded, I don't mean logos and colors. I mean just very simply showing up on video sometimes, showing up on photos, making personal connections. We're going to talk about that with your marketing. And that brands you as somebody to trust, somebody to want to work with, somebody who is knowledgeable in the markets you're looking to serve, somebody who has a track record of success, and somebody that they just genuinely like. So we want to make sure that your marketing is branded. And when we think about your marketing strategy, we want a mix of all of these elements. And we'll evaluate the marketing that we're considering doing using those elements as well, which leads me to your doable monthly content plan, which is probably why most of you are on the training today. So before we begin with any kind of marketing plan, I want to think about who we're looking to attract. Who are we looking to engage with when it comes to marketing? It's not enough to say, I want to work with more buyers and sellers. We need to be more specific than that. We need to get more strategic. And fundamentally, there are two main groups of people that you can focus on: your sphere, the people that already know you, the people who've done business with you in the past, maybe industry partners, affiliates that you know, your sphere, and then new people. I don't say leads, but we're talking new people. And the reason I don't say leads is because I want to use a relationship-based marketing strategy. And sometimes when we say leads, we think cold leads that don't lead anywhere, but we really want to think about these opportunities as people that you can serve and have that relationship with. So your sphere and new people. And if we leverage that relationship based strategy for both of them, it's going to work to get you business because we want to show up in a way that's very purposeful. We're not just throwing marketing like spaghetti to see if it sticks to the wall, just to see what works. Remember, we're using those 5 strategies, and one of them was it's timely, it's multi-purpose. We want to make sure what we're doing is purposeful, but also authentic. It's not just straight sales all the time. It makes people want to know you. It makes them feel like they're your neighbor, that they can trust you, that they want to be a part of working with you. And when you apply that mindset to your marketing, people aren't going to just scroll on past your social post. They're not going to throw away your marketing collateral. They're going to stop. They're going to say, hey, this is for me. I like what this has to say. This is exactly what I was looking for. And I really like this agent that I'm getting it from. I connect with them. I trust them. I know they're the right agent for me. And when your marketing does that, that's when you're going to start getting results. And to reach your sphere and new people, this is where I'm recommending something a little bit different right now. The past few years in real estate have been a roller coaster, right? We had COVID, we had, homes just flying off the market, barely listed for a few minutes, and then they were sold. Then we had the interest rates increase. We've had everything going on right now in our nation. You might be attending from other places outside the country, but we can all say that there's a lot going on. And while all that's going on in the world, in the real estate industry, I didn't even mention the changes with NAR and the buyer agreement. While all that's happening, we also have changes in marketing too. What worked really well last year might not work as well anymore. And maybe things that used to work in the past need to be revisited. So, what I've done is really figured out thinking about all those different factors that are flying around that are causing all the overwhelm and strategy not to work, how to bring it all together. And what I find is that you need a marketing campaign where it's not all eggs in one basket. It's a marketing campaign that reaches people in more than one way. It reaches them digitally. It reaches them directly. It reaches them in ways that are easy for you to do. Some of them take a little bit more time, but are extra special. But what we're going to do is be more likely to reach people, nurture relationships for your sphere, attract more business for the new people, and then ultimately have more closings. So we want a marketing strategy that's going to hit a lot of different buckets. We're going to reach people in multiple unique ways. So if you're not taking notes, grab your pen and paper now, because this is exactly what you should be doing. I'm going to go over each part of the plan, and then I'm going to share examples of marketing collateral in it. Because remember, a social post, a flyer, that's not a marketing plan. That's just one piece of the puzzle. So I'm going to show you the framework for the plan. And we're actually going to start with a monthly email newsletter. Yes. And if you came to this and you thought, I thought Heather did a lot of modern marketing, I see her all over Instagram and doing videos and social. Does email even work anymore? Well, that is a very good question. And the answer is yes, 100% email works. The average open rate for emails is almost 37%. That means if you sent an email to 100 people, 37 on average would open it, and yours might be even higher. My open rate is higher than that. I have almost 26,000 followers on Instagram. Do you know how happy I would be if 37% of them saw everything that I posted with and were able to engage with me in that way? That is a huge advantage for you with your marketing. And actually, email marketing has become more popular in recent time. People are constantly checking their emails. 99% of email users check their inbox every day. I'm sure you have checked your email, I would say maybe 3 times today already. When you woke up, sometime in the morning when you're getting started, and now it's in the afternoon, depending on your time zone. And this one I think is one of the most interesting stats to leverage. People find email marketing to actually be a very personal channel. In fact, the most personal channel that they can get communication from and engage with people from. I think the problem, though, with real estate is that a lot of the CRMs are guilty of this. Traditional marketing is guilty of this. Real estate emails can sometimes be really boring. Maybe you've gotten a drip campaign that just really didn't feel like you, that came with a CRM, or it was content like clean your gutters, it's fall, things that people just don't really care about. For your email newsletter to work and be part of that strategy that I said is going to get you results, then we need it to have modern content. Remember, this is that content strategy. We need it to have modern content that's going to get both of those people for you, your sphere and new people. And to do that, I recommend you always have in every email newsletter, monthly newsletter, you have these 3 things in it: a section about the community and lifestyle that you have in your area, a section for at home. This is bingeable HGTV style content, and then a section about real estate. And when we do all of that, what we do is we actually are able to nurture leads down that funnel. Maybe you got a lead 6 months ago and you did your immediate hot lead follow-up and it never really got anywhere, but that person is still in your database. These monthly newsletters can keep engaging them, nurturing them down the funnel. And then you don't know, in 3 months from now, they reach out to you and say, hey, I've been getting your emails. I want to list my home. I want to buy a home. I'm ready to talk. What's next? Now, for your sphere, these email newsletters work really well because they might not have an active real estate need anymore. They don't care about 7 tips for buying your home and things like that, but they are interested in that community that they live, where you represent. They're interested in home-based topics that aren't boring, like clean your gutters, and they want to stay informed on real estate. So I'm going to show you what that could look like. Community and lifestyle is one of my favorite pieces of marketing in your puzzle. This really shows off what it's like to live somewhere. People aren't necessarily looking for just a home. They're looking for the complete package, where they're going to raise their kids, where they're going to go to the farmers market on Saturdays, where they're going to have date nights with their spouses, what there is to do when they invite their family over to spend the weekend. Community and lifestyle is so important, whether you're a buyer or you're somebody actively living there. So we want to lean into community and lifestyle by sharing what's going on, things that you should know. And one of the cool things about this type of content is that it actually encourages people to communicate back with you, to hit reply and to have conversations with their emails. Now we follow that up with at home content. This is that inspirational type content for your house, whether it's seasonal decor or tips that people could be doing. It's very real estate adjacent, so it still makes sense to be coming from you. It's tying you back to real estate with having to yell at them, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent," but it's keeping them interested. And then finally, of course, we're going to talk about real estate because we want people to go to you and not Google when they have a question. So we can provide information on what's going on in the market. We can let people know about things that are going on in the industry. We can sprinkle in advice so that they're still tuned into the real estate market if you're there, your sphere. And if they're an active lead, they're still learning and consuming real estate information from you. So right now, a good topic to maybe talk about might be the changes in interest rates. And what I want to do is give you a real life example of how all of this comes together so you can see it kind of in action and how it can work for you. And to do that, I'm actually using a screenshot from the monthly email newsletters that we have in the marketing suite so that you can see how it would work, how you can just edit it with your information and send it, or how you could kind of try to replicate that for your own marketing. So this is the top of the email because I can't fit a whole email on a PowerPoint. This is the top of the email. And what we always want to do is introduce it and get people interested to learn more. So this might be it's September right now where I'm hosting this training. So we're talking about the September guide to our local market, and then what we're going to expect in that email. And then inside the email, we're actually hitting those three content pillars, the three types of content I recommended you talk about. We're talking about lifestyle and community. We're talking about at home, and we're talking about real estate. So up first, we have that at home content. And this is pretty cool. In this email, it's kind of similar to BombBomb. If you've ever used BombBomb, we use ConvertKit in the marketing suite, which you can use for free to send out emails. And you can actually embed a video right in the email, which is really cool. So this one is the transition to fall decor. It's very similar to a reel in style of content or short form video, except it is horizontal to work really well for email. Up next, we have community and lifestyle. We're talking about the Autumn Local Insider Guide. So you would just plug this in like Mad Libs. Where to find seasonal treats for a pumpkin spice latte? Go here, local shop. Why? It's a fall classic. That's a perfect pick me up. So you just easily fill it in with your local information, but it's still fun for people who are getting it, who are excited about the change in seasons and are looking for a way to experience their local markets. And then finally, we're following that up with real estate education. So we don't always have to share market data or buyer and seller tips. We can actually use more valuable resources as well. So in this example, we have the latest edition of the Home Buyer's Guide, which is a multi-page buyer's guide. And it's a little bit different because it's a locals buyer's guide. So it has inside of it information on the local market, and it's been updated to include information about the buyer agreement. So they can download that. That's very useful if you're actively buying, or maybe you're a homeowner and you want to see what's going on in the market and how the buying process changed. So you can take a look at that there for real estate education. Now, why does this email work? Well, if we think back to those 5 key elements, it works because one, it's very, very time friendly if you use a template. So there's a caveat to this. Time friendly if you use a template like we have in the marketing suite. You just open it up, very similar to Canva, type in your information, add your headshot, and go. It's not as time friendly. It's not as time friendly though if you try to recreate all that from scratch. I will say that that'll take you a little bit more time. Now, it is multi-purpose. This is a great example of something being multi-purpose. It's targeting your sphere, it's targeting your leads. You're getting more out of it at one time. Very targeted, and it is branded to you because you're the one showing up with this information and having that conversation with them over email. Up next, we're going to talk about posting on social. So, I'm a big proponent of social media marketing. You might actually be here today because you have watched a training of mine on social, or you follow me on social, or you get my email newsletter where I share a lot of information about social. Social is so important. Now, I'm going to go through social pretty quickly, or else I would turn this whole training into a social media marketing training. But it's important that we are showing up on social. Why? Because it is a place where you can engage your sphere. A lot of people forget that social media is a really good place to actively be building those relationships with the people you know. I know that sounds strange considering that's the whole goal of social originally. But a lot of real estate social media content is just towards buying and selling and working with me. So we want to think about relationship builders and actively attracting people to you. And to do that, we need to think about what would people actually care about before you post something. Who's going to care about this? Why are they going to care about it? We need to have a balance of content that keeps people interested, that gives them a reason to follow you, that further gives them a reason to reach out to you. And to do that, I recommend you use a monthly content calendar so that you make sure that you are sharing a variety of content that's going to keep people interested, and a variety of content that brands you in your local market, attracts buyers, attracts sellers, keeps people engaged, and really shows off how you are different, that you're not just every other agent. People can start to make that personal connection with you. So I have an example content calendar this September from Inside the Marketing Suite. This is something we do every month because it works and I believe in it and our agents get results from it. So you'll see that it's color coded. We already talked about 3 of those content pillars: at home, community and lifestyle, and real estate education. What we're adding into your social content is listings and lead gen when we are actively asking for business or promoting a listing, and personal branding. That's where people are getting to know you both personally and professionally. And we mix that in to have a balanced strategy. So you'll see the bright yellow is listing and lead gen. That's maybe only once a week where we are actively asking for business or giving people a path forward to work with you. So some examples of that from this month are top properties on the market, where we're talking about listings. Don't just turn to Google if you have a real estate question. This is a fun post. Ask me. So you'll see there are different opportunities there of getting people engaged, because a lot of old school real estate content, or real estate content that doesn't work very well, it's very salesy. And what we want to do is attract people to us, to bring people into our world and not waste their time and our time trying to convince them to work with you. We want them to naturally make that connection so that they want to work with you. You're not trying to sell them on it. You're trying to bring them into your world so they're excited about it. So I'm going to share with you some ideas to copy, some ideas, some post ideas. I'm going to go through them like that. So make sure you look, jot them down, take any screenshots if you want. And these are all example posts in the marketing suite. So if you are a marketing suite member and you happen to be watching this, you can find all of these posts in our social media content library. All right. So first, we're going to talk about real estate education. I really like this post because it says 41% of home buyers took a first step when buying. I'd never recommend. So you're thinking, oh, well, what is that first step? Am I maybe taking that wrong first step? And what is 41% of home buyers doing? So I will give you a spoiler. In the caption for this post, it actually talks about a NAR stat. And that NAR stat says 41% of home buyers start looking at homes online first before reaching out to an agent. So in the caption, you recommend what to do instead. Here's another one where we're talking about market data, but it's not your traditional X homes on the market, X average sales price. Posts like that, market data posts that just list out the numbers, you see everybody doing them. They're not bad, but they're not as impactful as they could be because they're not giving any context for that average person, that homeowner, that buyer, that seller that are actively looking at it. You are that real estate expert, so you need to explain how these stats and how this data really impacts them. So this is a carousel post. So if you were on Instagram, you would scroll through it. If you were on Facebook, you would see them as multiple images. So it starts and says, elevating equity in, you would put your area, a look into the potential wealth beneath your roof. And it talks about when home values increase, so does equity, that home values have increased by a certain percentage in a certain time frame. And then it goes into the average home values in a certain area. And it ends it with that call to action. How much equity do you have in your home? So this gives people more context to very helpful information. This makes you stand out. So even though this isn't a post that's about you, it's positioning you as that local expert, and it's something that they might save, come back to, and want to follow you and engage with you more. And it doesn't have to be static posts. You can do reels, short form videos. This could be YouTube shorts, Facebook and Instagram reels. You can put these on LinkedIn as videos. So you can use video in a lot of different ways. Another listing and lead gen is to use a lead capture tool. It's not enough to say, reach out to me if you want to start working together. Reach out to me for a CMA. We need to do something a little bit different. So in this post, we're saying before you sell your home in, and you insert your area, before you sell your home in, I'm in Orlando, ask for the listing agent's marketing plan. I'm happy to share mine. And this is a downloadable multi-page PDF that walks them through, not a listing presentation, but a marketing plan that you have for your listings. And this is a template that we have in the marketing suite. So it goes through things that you would expect, like professional photography, video, but we also talk about how you leverage social, how you write the home story, what you're doing to promote it. And again, of course, you can use reels. Reels and short form video are one of the best ways to attract more people today. You're going to be able to expand your reach by leaning into short form video. And you can use short form video like this that we do. It's actually in Canva. So you don't have to try to figure out some app. If you're already using Canva, which you can use for free, you can just download it, or you could change out that background to be a video of you, which would be pretty cool. I've got some examples of stories right here. These are stories that you can use, Instagram stories, or you could turn them into reels. And listings and lead gen also includes promoting listings. So are you looking for a 3-bedroom home on XYZ lake? You'll find it at my latest listings. Are you looking for insert type of lifestyle people are going to be looking for? We're marketing listings in different ways. And then when we sell them, we're not just saying just sold, we're saying what you did that made it sell. So it says, thanks to a comprehensive listing strategy, I'm pleased to share this home sold in X days less than market average, for X dollars more than it was purchased for, and generated another stat you could use there that was impressive, and generated so many offers, online views. You could put that in this as well. What are you doing differently to get that home sold? So these are stories. And I just saw Megan, my marketing manager, is managing our chat, and we had a question that came in that said, this can all be posted on your personal page, correct? Is there a difference between biz versus personal? That is actually a great question, and I'm going to get to that in the Q&As to really take time to answer that for you. Now, up next, we have community and lifestyle. That's engaging with you. This is a carousel post. This is a fun one that we're doing right now. It's the special autumn edition of our local insider guides. So every month we have insider guides as part of our social media calendar. This one's a little bit longer because we're getting into the holiday season. Holiday marketing is one of my favorite times for marketing for real estate. It really connects with people well. People stop and take notice, and it's a great opportunity for you to leverage in your overall marketing strategy as we are finishing up the year. But also everything that you're doing in Q4 leads you into next year's business. So we have this community and lifestyle guide. So we're talking about fall, where to find fall treats, fall festivities and events, fall date ideas. You don't even fill anything in, what you're loving for fall, so people connect with you. This is a great post for community and lifestyle, but we can also give it a real estate spin. So, making a certain area home, insider tips to settle in like a local. Or maybe you want to share the most pet friendly spots in your local market. This could get people interested in who are buyers, but also people who already live there. And then, always, when we can leverage short form video, let's go ahead and do that. And we can talk about the local real estate there too. So if you're looking to buy a home in the 450 to 550 range near Orlando, here are the three neighborhoods I'd look. Now you'd fill that in for what makes sense for your market. And then you can go into three different areas and you'll talk about the location, the home prices, and why look there. Maybe it's about the neighborhood, the amenities, the lifestyle, the architecture, whatever it is, why people would want to look there. And then, of course, we are ending with a call to action to reach out to you. Then we go into at home content. I like to see a lot as video. You'll see a lot of it as video from us in the marketing suite because it performs really well. So imagine this video is playing. I can't make it play in the presentation, but we are really showing off that motivational, beautiful imagery that works so well. And it can also be seasonal. Do this to transition to fall decor. So we've got seasonal right now heading into the holiday season, but this works any time of year. We can also talk about just different tips people might like for around the home. Then finally, I think this is our last one, we're into personal branding. And I like to see a mixture of professional and personal. So people get to know you and connect with you, but also professional so that people know why you're different and how you might be able to help them. This is a great post. It's a carousel post. And it says, "Hey, I'm so glad you're here. If we haven't met yet," and it walks them through you as a real estate agent and also how you can help them a little bit behind the scenes and why they should follow along on social with you. This is a great post to actually pin to the top of your profiles. So you can pin posts to the top of Instagram, you can pin it to the top of Facebook business pages, you can even highlight content on LinkedIn. So this is a great type of post to include. We can also get them to connect with you personally too. So every time we have more professional posts that people might not be interested in all the time, but still important, we also want to have personal posts that people are interested in on social. So you might know this side of my life. Maybe it's you as a real estate agent standing in front of a sign, but then it's you gardening in your backyard, you on vacation. So people can get to know you better. And this works especially well with short form video content. Take people behind the scenes, a day in the life with you. What are you doing? What are you up to? And all of this works because it's definitely branded to you. Each post is very targeted. Now, this isn't like the email where we're hitting a couple different people always with every post. They're very targeted based on that color coded monthly strategy to make sure we're hitting the right people. And then, of course, we're doing time friendly. And it is multi purpose because we're able to hit sphere, we're able to hit leads with our different posts. Now, if you have to create all that content, do all the graphics, write all the captions, create all the videos, take all the pictures, take all the videos, it is not time friendly. That would take a lot of time. But if you use a resource like templates in the marketing suite and follow a calendar, it is time friendly. And I wanted to share this screenshot because I have so many reviews of how a great social media strategy, a targeted strategy, actually works. So this is a screenshot that somebody DM'd me and they said, her name is Sophie. She said, "Needed to share. I'm getting more and more actual people referring me, huge, finding me, huge, and loving my page." And that's Sophie. She's a member of the marketing suite. And that's after following our suggested content. Now, next, we've done email, we've done social. Let's move into engaging your sphere. This is a direct engagement. Yes, we've talked about sphere with the other things, but I want to do at least one marketing activity every month that is direct to your sphere. That is definitely going to connect with them. And we're going to talk about a mixture of things, some different things that you might not have done in a while or you've never done. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that relationships of any kind take a little bit of work. And the relationships you have with your sphere is one of the most important types of relationships that you have in your business. It's so important that you foster and nurture those relationships. If you want people to refer you business, what are you doing for them? How are you staying connected? How are you showing that you care about them and that you're still part of their world? So, to do that, I recommend you complete at least one of these ideas I'm going to share. The first option is to mail a creative sphere postcard. Every month, a sphere postcard campaign you could use. So, of course, people send postcards like around the holidays in December, but I'm talking about popping in their mailbox all throughout the year to make them smile, to connect with them, something they might put up on their fridge. And we have an introduction postcard here to our sphere postcard campaign. So it's not just you randomly started sending them postcards. It says, remember when getting mail was something to look forward to? Let's make it that way again. And you're saying, hey, you. Maybe it's been a while. This is a great way to re-engage people. Maybe you have a buyer, you haven't talked to them in 3 years, 5 years. You know somebody's in your list and you're like, wow, I really haven't engaged with them. Just to randomly send them something, I don't know. This is a great way to re-spark relationships as well. Maybe you could send them this postcard. Let me treat you to a cup of coffee so we can catch up, chat real estate, and enjoy a latte. So, if you have a smaller group of people that you're sending this to, meeting them for a coffee would be great. And not everybody is going to take you up on it if you're worried about that. But those conversations that you do have are going to be very memorable, very special to those people. And they can, of course, be seasonal. Make your home as cozy as a pumpkin spice latte with inviting home decor this season. And then the backs, I'm not showing the backs, but the backs have more information on them. And if you're looking at this thinking, what in the world is that like rectangle at the bottom of these with the cloud? That is a placeholder image in Canva. So that's where your headshot would go. So in our templates, you just drag your headshot over and this postcard is ready for you to use. So that's one thing. And over my years in real estate marketing, this is not the first sphere postcard campaign I put together. And I can tell you those definitely work and we're seeing a lot of results with them. Now, the next idea is to drop off a thoughtful pop by. So if you're not familiar with pop pies, put that in the chat so I know to explain it a little bit more. But you can drop off a pop by. Now, Popeyes are basically a little themed gift that you give to people. You might take them over to past customers. You might drop them off maybe at businesses that are likely to refer you business. Sometimes people drop them off to teachers they know at schools or the past customers that they've worked with, people even in their neighborhoods if they know people and are looking to farm an area. And they're themed. So for this one, this is a pop by tag. So it's a little like kind of like a little gift card tag that you print out. And it says, I appreciate you a latte. Just like a cozy home, may your coffee be warm and inviting. This is actually the pop by tag that we are recommending for this month. And you would put that together with a little gift idea. So maybe you would give them a little ceramic mug with like a $5 Starbucks card. Or maybe you have like a little basket with some coffee themed gifts, beans, a coffee scented candle, something like that. And you pop by and say, hey, I was thinking of you. I wanted to give you this gift. Pop buys are something that have been around in the industry for a long time. They 100% work and they make those people that you're popping by to feel very special. So if you want that repeat and referral business, what are we doing for them so that they give back to you? It's that whole give and receive kind of concept in the world. Oh, and here are some ones for the holiday season. A little pumpkin special, go on and treat yourself, and a stocking full of wishes. Pop buys are like kind of supposed to be a little corny, a little on theme. So we have some creative ones, and I know people are really liking these. They're very cute and they definitely work. Now, the next one is lower effort, lower cost, and is a direct connection. And that is to simply strike up a conversation either over text, phone, or DM. So, conversation starters. You might feel like, oh, I've heard this before, Heather. Like, start making my calls. I don't know what to say. It seems not very authentic. Well, what we want to do is make it a little bit easier for you. So we have conversation starter prompts that we recommend. So right now for September, what I'm recommending is you use one of these topic prompts around the community. Because again, as we enter the holiday season, and this also works during summer as well, but there are a lot of events happening. So you might text somebody, you might send them a DM and say, hey, did you hear about insert one? Maybe it's a new restaurant, a new event. I just found out about it and knew it would be something you might like. So think about the people that you know too. It would be good prompts to have more natural conversations. For example, there's a insert activity. Maybe it's a festival, it's a free class being offered in our community. Hey, there's an outdoor yoga event happening. Knowing how much you like yoga, have you thought about checking it out? I just thought of you. This feels so much more natural to reach out to people. So take a look at these topic prompts. You can also find them in our conversation starters. And all of these work to foster those relationships, give you that repeat and referral business, and they can be very consistent too, because it's part of a campaign. It's just not a one off idea. And they work because they're branded to you, of course. Very extra special, especially if you're doing the pop buys, very extra special, targeted to those people on your list. And again, time friendly. It can be time friendly when you are using a template like the ones that I showed you. It's going to take you more time if you put all that together yourself. All right, so we talked about Sphere. The next thing I want to make sure you're doing every month is prospecting for listings. We are farming, we are going out, we are actively trying to get listings. Now, in some of the other marketing that we're doing, will it lead to listings? Yes, social, email, Sphere can definitely lead to listings, but this is above and beyond targeted to get listings. And every agent, I'm sure, I won't say every, 99% of agents are going to say, yeah, I want to attract sellers. But just the thought of attracting sellers isn't enough. We need to be more specific than that, because every agent's saying, I want to attract sellers, but they're not necessarily attracting sellers. We have to get targeted. So we want to leverage geographic farming. Again, not as familiar with geographic farming, put it in the chat, say, hey, what is geo farming? And I'll lean into it a little bit more. But basically, geographic farming is pinpointing an area where you would like to generate listings. Maybe it's a neighborhood that you live in, a neighborhood you want to work in, a neighborhood where the sales price makes sense for your goals, an area where the turnover rate is likely to lead to listings for you. We can get analytical in deciding these farm areas, but we need to be specific so we can market to homeowners living in that area who want to sell their home. And postcards can work. They absolutely can work. I get postcards to my house, from listing agents, but they're never consistent and I never really pay attention to them because they're all the same. We need it to be a little bit different. So, for some of these examples, we're talking about the standout social strategy your home needs when selling in today's market. It looks like it's a little like social post chat from the agent on the front, and then the back talks more about that social strategy. Never, ever have I ever received a postcard like that from an agent, and I would definitely take notice. But we also have some information about the market. So we talked about market earlier. I get postcards that say market data for your neighborhood, which I do kind of look at sometimes. And I also get annoyed when it's not my neighborhood, it's different neighborhoods. But let's give it even more context. Elevating equity in insert neighborhood name there. Elevating equity in or community or smaller side of town. While many think that home values are no longer appreciating, that's not the case. In that area, we've seen an X percentage increase in home values over X time frame. So it could be over the last year, the last 3 years, the last 5 years people have been living there. And then it talks more about, of course, listing and selling your home. Another one where we are using a different opportunity to get people engaged with you is that listing marketing plan I talked about earlier. So they might not be ready to get a CMA, but maybe they would go download the listing marketing plan from your website. Or maybe that this would stand out to them because nobody else has talked about a listing marketing plan that they've received. And it's definitely working. I have a screenshot here from an agent where we were on a training a couple of months ago, and I was talking about some of these things. And April said, I started the farming mailer last month and got an appointment. New listing coming in August. So she started it and got a listing right away. So very exciting. It definitely works. It tends to, I will say, take a little bit of time, but April got one right off the bat. And the second option isn't a postcard, it's actually a prospecting letter. I really like these letters because the language in the letters are very purposeful. There are some very clear, I want to say sales strategies, but very authentically written too, but very purposeful in the language. And when you send a letter to people, especially if you hand address them, they're more likely to open them. Or even if you put a label on it, it looks more like, oh, what is this that somebody sent me this letter? And they go into the information. Here's one about actually if you sold a listing in an area. It says homes are selling for over asking near you. Hey there, as a homeowner in that area, I recently sold a property near you. It goes into the information, how much it sold above asking price in certain days. Remember that story I showed you earlier? We want to share the story of what you did differently, not just, oh, just sold this basic postcard. We want to go a little bit deeper than that. Do these stats change your mind about the real estate market? Could your home be the one for my buyer? Different things we could be doing. And I did this same training yesterday, and I just added this slide this morning because Amy is one of our members and she chatted in yesterday. Just got a call yesterday from we sold your neighbor's condo prospecting letter we sent, which was huge because she's out the Gulf Coast of Florida, and the condo market out there is a little challenging. So very excited to see that the prospecting letters aren't just working, but they're even working in a more challenging market. And I swear these are real screenshots from people, but I wanted to show you it's not just, oh, Heather says this is great. No, I wanted you to see real agents that are getting results from marketing that might not be new concepts to you, but they have been improved. They're very strategic. They look very modern, and they're getting results. Of course, they're branded, very targeted. That is the key, targeted. We're very purposeful with who we're choosing. And again, time friendly if we're using some templates. Now, finally, I have our quarterly marketing boost. Now, this is something that you're doing to boost your marketing plan. So we always have everything else going on every month. And once a quarter, I want you to do something special that's going to be a sales tool, an engine to generate more leads and more closings. Now, this could be something specific, like some kind of sales funnel you're doing, some kind of offer you're having. Oh, excuse me one second. But it also could be something fun. So this quarter, I'm suggesting to host a holiday themed customer appreciation event. And this is a great way to reach more people at one time. And by doing these quarterly, it doesn't have to be a customer appreciation event every quarter, but by doing something quarterly, you're able to do that extra special thing. I said extra special isn't all the time, but we're doing these things that are very time friendly so that every once in a while we can do something extra special, maybe a little bit more effort, but it gives you bigger returns from it. So the idea for Q4 is to host a holiday themed customer appreciation event. And a popular one you've probably heard is a pumpkin pie pickup party. And this is where, you'd maybe go to Costco, pick up some pumpkin pies, and they can stop by your office, maybe a park, somewhere that is maybe in a scenic setting, and pick up these pumpkin pies from you. And it's a great way to say hello and stay in touch with people. And you can promote this with, I've got a postcard there you could send out to your sphere, social posts, flyers, everything. We also have a guide with tips on how to host these kind of events. But one I really am loving for Q4 is a festive family photo night. So what you would do is you would pick a date on the calendar, and maybe this might work like early November, I think, maybe that first or second week, maybe first week in November if it was ideal timing. And you invite people to this family photo night. You hire a photographer, or if you know somebody that's great with a camera, and you take photos that people can use for Christmas cards, holiday cards with their families. And this is a very successful event. You could do it at a park that's maybe decorated very cute. If your office has a nice little area set up, that would be cute for the holidays with like a Christmas tree. And then people will use this and get more use out of it. So, and it can actually be more cost effective than even like a pumpkin pie pickup where you're having to buy every pie. If you hired a photographer for 2 or 3 hours, it's probably not going to be that bad. So, why does this work? This one works because it's extra, extra special. People are going to remember this. They're going to remember that. And if you have a Christmas holiday card, they're going to remember that and look back on that the next year. People save those things. So, it's extra special. So I recommend a quarterly boost. Now in January, we're going to do something a little bit different with real estate reviews, but this is the Q4 one that I am recommending. So that was a lot of information. A lot of information. So, how do you pull it all together and what are the next steps to take? And I know we have covered a lot. So I'm about to show you something that you can screenshot or take a picture of, but it has everything that I just recommended, and you can DIY it every month with a checklist. So that includes, just to recap, a monthly email newsletter with content. This is my saying, a content that's worth reading, not deleting. You've scheduled out a month of social. You have purposefully engaged with your sphere with at least one activity. You are prospecting for listings with at least one activity. And then once a quarter, you have a boost that you're doing, something different. You have all this other stuff running, it's always happening. And once a quarter, we're doing this boost to boost up your business with something a little extra special or something designed to generate more leads. So that's how you can DIY it. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, so that is, again, you said, Heather, not to be overwhelming, not to be stressed on everything. You don't have to go at it alone. So, you might recognize this picture, my chair right there. You don't have to go at it alone. That's why I'm here. I'm here with you on this training. I feel like, we were connected in some way for a reason. Maybe you're following me on Instagram, you were on my email list. And I'm here for you to actually level up your business, to level it up with modern real estate marketing. So we're doing things like reels, we're doing videos, we're doing authentic, direct marketing too that comes together to get you results. And I want to be that person that you can trust in and believe in for your real estate marketing, just like you are your customers' agents go to. They go to you for all things real estate. That's what I like to think about me, but for real estate marketing. And I've put it all together for you actually in an interactive plan. So I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I said that I'm the founder of Ideas for Real Estate and the marketing suite. So I had been in real estate for a long time, about 8 years, and I was also a chief marketing and tech officer. So I worked with all the marketing, I worked with all the tech, big tech companies. And I just always felt like there was nothing that you could turn to that I would 100% recommend for all your marketing, for your trainings, for the strategies, but for marketing materials that I really truly believed in. Not that just looked pretty, but everything, the language that's on them, the captions, what we're saying in emails, what we're saying in letters, what we're saying in customer guides was something that I believed in, I knew would work and agents could be proud of, and something that wouldn't be frustrating too, because I've seen agents trying to pull flyers together for listings or put social media for the week, and your lives are busy. I totally get that. As I mentioned, my husband is a commercial agent. So I wanted to do something where you could have a place, you could have a community to come in and find everything that it is that you're looking for so that you can check things off your list, you can get it done, and you can move on with your life knowing, hey, I've got this plan behind me and it's here to support me and it's going to make me stand out. So, what I would love to do really quickly is share with you inside of the marketing suite. And the marketing suite, we just actually yesterday on our live training reopened the doors to the marketing suite. So it's been closed since last spring. And we have been busy, busy, busy behind the scenes, really changing some things up in our dashboard, doing some new features. And one of those new features is our interactive marketing plan. So I just walked you through the plan. I'm going to show you how you can implement it inside of the marketing suite. And I like to think of the marketing suite as a modern marketing system. So it's not just the content. We have great content like social posts and templates and flyers. And it's not tech, because tech, honestly, tech gives you headaches. Tech is the last thing you want. It is a modern marketing system. So if it's okay with you guys, I would love to show you what's inside. I hate scripted sales pitches on webinars. So what I want to do is just come from the heart, show you what's inside to see if it maybe is something that resonates with you, that will work with you, that you can start working on right now, so that you have a plan for the rest of the year and you have a jump start on next year's marketing. And at the end of my screen share, I'm going to share a link for the fall social pack, the free fall social pack, after my screen share. So if you guys want to come on into the marketing suite, I cannot wait to show you everything that is inside. So let me start sharing my screen. One second. All right. So you should be seeing me inside the marketing suite. Megan, can you see me? Yes. Okay, perfect. So we are here inside the home page of the marketing suite. And one of the biggest hurdles when it comes to implementing something new in your business is that learning curve. So I wanted to make the marketing suite something that was very approachable and easy to get started with. It wasn't some overwhelming piece of tech that you felt like you had to learn. So when you log in, it's very similar to a website. So you can scroll down, you can see what's going on that month. We have our latest releases. So every month we release new social media, email. We have a live training. You can see that. And then other features as well inside the marketing suite. But I would like to start with that interactive marketing plan and show you guys what that looks like. And then we can go into some of the other things that you have in the suite, like your social, your marketing templates, our live events, the tools that we have, the community, and even some of our member perks that we offer. So let's take a look at this month's marketing plan. And this is meant to be interactive, so you can really be accountable when it comes to your marketing. So we come to this month's marketing plan, it gets updated every month. And then when we mark something done, you can see it's tracking the progress. So we start by posting on social. When we do that, we'd mark it done. We'd send our newsletter. We'd engage our sphere. Maybe we would do one of these activities. Maybe this month you just DM'd somebody. And if you click on into something, it shows you more information of what to do and gives you the links to that resource. And when you click it, complete and continue, you can move on to the next item. So if I start back at the beginning, you can see, you can scroll down and see all of them. Engage your sphere, prospect for listings, and your quarterly marketing boost. And I want to start with scheduling this month's social posts. So we would have the list of things to do to schedule. And then if we click in here, it will actually take us to this month's social content. So we can open up the posts and the reels, the videos in Canva. We can download that content calendar to see how the strategy looks. And then we can actually get the content. So on the left, we have a preview. And on the right, we have a caption. So our captions sometimes are copy and paste, really easy. And sometimes the captions have a little bit for you to fill in. And there's a variety of different kinds of posts. And you can see that they sometimes have prompts to fill it in and make it your own. And what's cool is we have, of course, carousels and single posts, but even our reels are editable in Canva. So you can edit this or you can just share it right away. Up next, we have the email newsletter. I already showed you guys pretty in depth what the email newsletter looks like. But you have the directions here, and then you can take a look at the email newsletter. We use ConvertKit, which you can get started with for free. When you open this up in ConvertKit, all of this just goes into ConvertKit, which is an email marketing platform that's really easy to use. And then you just fill in a couple of little prompts, add your headshot and contact info at the bottom down here, and then you're good to go. And it takes, I don't know, I would say the first time you do it, it's going to take a little bit more time. But after that, maybe 15 minutes max to send this every single month, your email newsletter. Then we have engage your sphere. So for example, sending this month's postcard, we would open up the template in Canva. I'm going to complete and continue and show you the next thing. We've got the pop by, so the suggested pop by to create. And then we would open up the templates. And then when you open it up, it's going to take you to a page where you can see all of the template options. and you can download them. Our suggested prompt for our conversation starter, the prospecting letter. Again, if I open it up, you'll see you have lots of prospecting letters, but what we're doing is really narrowing it down, taking away that overwhelm and being very specific about which things we're recommending for that month. The postcard for this month. Oh, our quarterly marketing boost, which is our customer appreciation events, which we have a lot of templates for those. You can take a look at them and check out the customer appreciation event guide. So that's our monthly marketing plan. This is actually a new feature, and we just announced it to agents, and the agents I've talked to have been really excited about how it works so that you can really be accountable for everything that you're doing. But inside the marketing suite, we have a lot more. We have a complete social media collection. So I showed you monthly posts, but we have, oh my gosh, hundreds, thousands of posts. I don't even know at this point on all kinds of different topics. Just listed, just sold, introducing yourself, those different topics I talked about, relocating to your area, lifestyle, community posts, listing posts. And then you can click in any of these and it will take you to more posts about that. So let's look at this one. This one's about the buyer agreement specifically, and you can see more information about the buyer agreement. And it might be a little bit different than some of the other content you've seen around this same topic. And you can come in here, download these posts, and take a look at that. So we also have videos that you can pull out, stories. I love our stories. And of course, I'm a little biased, but I think our stories are very beautiful. They're a great way to capture attention and promote any listings that you might have to get the most out of them. We have stories for other things too. And then we have a complete marketing template collection. So this is all the templates that you could be looking for. We have a listing magazine, which is great for some higher end luxury listings. It's actual magazine about a property. We have all your property marketing. We have scripts for videos. We even have a complete agent website theme that you can start using actually in Canva that is very beautifully and strategically designed. So really everything you can think of is inside this template library. And while that's loading, we also have broken it down to things that are something you use frequently, like sphere touch points, flyers, buyer and seller guides. For our buyer and seller guides, we have a great buyer's guide, which I mentioned, the local buyer's guide, and our listing marketing plan there. Under that, we have our strategies and trainings. So of course we have tutorials on tech, but what makes the marketing suite very different is every month I host a live training exclusive to the marketing suite where we talk about something relevant at that time and something you can take action on. This month in September, we're doing marketing to your sphere during the holidays, and I'm going to bring in some different marketing materials and different things that you can be doing right now. But our training topics have a wide variety of themes. We might be talking about video. We could be talking about Instagram, writing for real estate, creating a marketing plan for your listing, planning your entire budget with your marketing and your plan. The insider hours we do are really fun. They're a combination of different topics to give yourself a little boost and motivation. And we talk about different things that might be trending on social or opportunities that you might have right now. Our monthly email newsletters, we've already taken a look at. We also have marketing plans and trackers. If you want a printout tracker to use this show, you've like visually, I'm reaching out to your sphere. I'm reaching out to my sphere. Or you want an Excel trackers for different things. We have that. We have helpful guides and tools. Maybe you want a guide to help you with branding images or to get started on videos. We also have a hashtag generator tool that you can use in here. And then we have a tech tutorial library to walk you through things like ConvertKit and Canva. We have a great community. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the marketing suite are all the wonderful agents who are members. So when you join the marketing suite, you will be added to our member directory. And this is a great way to grow your business, to meet other people in other markets. So you can they can follow you, you can follow them, and it's also a good opportunity for any referrals because these are other like-minded agents and you can get to know them here. And you also get to know them too at our live events that happen inside the marketing suite. And then we have some special perks and bonuses just for members as well. And then finally, the last thing I want to mention are our marketing kits. So maybe you have a very specific goal. You want to engage your sphere, for example, and you want to put more emphasis on sphere marketing, or you want to market a listing and have everything that you need for that. Well, you can follow our marketing kits, which are a 1, 2, 3 step process where you learn the plan, you take action with the materials, and then you track it for consistency. So, for example, for listings, we can, of course, follow our monthly marketing plan. But if we want to go above and beyond that, really dial in listings, you can follow this marketing kit that offers you even more resources and ideas like a script for attracting sellers specifically, social posts specifically, a tracker just for getting listings. So there are different things here. What I really wanted the marketing suite to be was a place that's going to work for your business in a way that works for you. If you're somebody who really wants to do all the things, great, you have all the things. If you're somebody who wants to make it more simple or just start with one thing and add on, you have it here in the marketing suite. And our support is very different too. It's not just, oh, I can't work something, I'm having a tech issue. You can reach out to myself and my team for input on maybe a marketing challenge you might be having. You have a listing, you have a question. Well, we're there to provide feedback and more support, like an extension of your actual marketing team. We're that marketing team behind you. So I've had people reach out and say, hey, I'm actually going to be on HGTV, that House Hunter show. What ideas do you have? I've had people reach out and say, hey, I'm having a really difficult time with this condo I'm actually marketing and selling, which was that comment we got who did sell it and is using the prospecting listings after. So you can reach out with very specific challenges. So I want to thank you for letting me kind of take the time to show you inside the marketing suite. It really means the world to me to be able to share that with you. I have to say, the marketing suite was really a labor of love that has gone into it, from every little thing, the experience of the dashboard to what we do for members to every single caption written on social. It's all thoughtfully curated to really offer you the absolute best. So I want to really thank you for taking a look at that. I hope maybe it piqued your interest and you're excited to learn more. And I'm also very appreciative to be able to share that with you today. I'm very proud of the marketing suite, and I know that it works. That's why I think I'm so proud of it. I'm very proud of everything that's inside, and I'm excited to work with more agents, and I'm excited that the doors are open. We'd never closed the doors before, but we closed the doors because we wanted to do some work behind the scenes. And I hope that you liked the marketing suite. So, Megan, could you pop up the button if you guys want to check out the marketing suite? Oh, I don't see it here. Oh, I got it. Perfect. All right. So if you want to check out the marketing suite to learn more, you can there. Now, I did promise a show up live bonus. You can grab that at ideasforrealestate.com/fall-bonus with the password thanks with a capital T. And if you want to get started with the marketing suite, you can go ahead and join. It's a monthly membership. So you can join, see if it's right for you. And if it's not, you can cancel. But I really think that you will absolutely love it for everything inside. It's basically like having a full-time marketing department for a very reasonable price. But since you are on the training with me today, we're actually offering a code to give it a try for 50% off your first month. Plus, I have some more bonuses to share with you. So if you use the code live bonus, one word, live bonus, you get 50% off your first month to give it a try, and you get some more bonuses. Chloe asked, can you grab that Yeah, we'll drop some links for you in the chat. So definitely take a look at that there. And I have a special bonus for people who are on this live training with me today, and that's the lead generating custom marketing bundle. So some of my favorite marketing pieces that are getting results for us, what we're going to do is take them and actually brand them for you. So we're going to add your photos, headshots, logos, any custom branding that you have so that you can easily just download it, start using it, and you can also add any of your own market information too. So that's got your buyer's guide, the listing marketing plan, and our entire listing marketing campaign. So you can take a look at this. This will all be edited for you in Canva and ready to go, including the local buyer's guide, the listing marketing plan, and the farming for listings postcards. And why I did this as a bonus is because I do a lot of bonuses and fun things in the marketing suite. And we did this inside the marketing suite. And this was like by far one of our members' favorite things that we've done. So you can get a similar bonus where we add all of your information. So this would be your little face on all of these postcards so they're ready to go. So again, making it as easy to take action as possible. So if you want to check it out, you want to get started on marketing that I know I've seen results from, that is different than a lot of the other marketing you might see out there that has a plan that will work for you, I encourage you to check out the marketing suite. This live bonus only works while we're live. Give it a try. I mean, for honestly, the cost of lunch now these days, going out, trying it for your first month, plus these extra bonuses, I know it will be a great investment in your business that will lead you to more business, will help you save time, will take away stress, and it will be something that is exciting and re energizes you and is motivating. And when you start seeing results come in and you start seeing yourself getting things done, you'll be proud of yourself as well. And all of this is a snowball that builds up and generates momentum and then leads that energy into your business. So inside the marketing suite, just to recap, we have those monthly marketing plans, we have daily social posts, and a huge collection of library content. We have your social media template library. We have live marketings and trainings every single month, all kinds of different topics. That pro support is huge. Not just, hey, I have a tech issue, but hey, I have a marketing challenge or I have an opportunity. What should I do? We have strategic and beautiful templates that they don't look like somebody just made them on Fiverr. They're very professional. They'll match your branding and they're easy to edit. The marketing kits specifically to reach your goals, monthly email newsletters, our agent community so you can meet other agents, send referrals, and of course, we have lead generating tools and marketing assets. And we also, for this doors reopening, we have another bonus as well, which is a mini course. It's actually a mini course. It's part of my IG Unlocked, which is my Instagram training. So this is part of that. It's a mini course, branding yourself to attract your dream customers. So it really talks about branding. I know some people in the beginning said that that yellow challenge was their favorite, their most common challenge, branding themselves. Well, this is going to answer that challenge. It's a mini course, talks about branding you to attract your dream customer, how you position yourself specifically on social, and how you show up in a way that brands you and matches you with that dream buyer and that dream seller you might have. So we have a mini course of that. So if any of that sounds good to you, I really invite you to join the marketing suite. I believe Megan popped the link in the chat along with the promo code, which is only good right now. And you can check out the button there. And if you go and you click that button, we have a lot of agent testimonials. I feel like that's the best way to really share how it works. They're right underneath this screen if you want to take a look at that. Now, as I promised, I wanted to take some time for Q&As to answer questions. I know I've got a few questions, and I've got one question in the Q&A. If you have any other questions about the marketing suite or just about marketing in general, I would be happy to answer them if you want to pop them in the chat. All right, the first question, I'm looking at my question screen over here. The first question is, this can all be posted on your personal page, correct? Is there a preference, biz versus personal? Yes, I have opinions on this. That's why I wanted to answer this at the end. So on the different platforms, I recommend different things. So Facebook, you have a Facebook business page that you can have and your Facebook personal profile, which is how most of us started out on Facebook. Business pages, I would post all of this on the business page, the whole calendar month. but I will say that they tend to have lower reaches. You really have to pay to be seen on Facebook business pages. So keeping that in mind, I recommend that you also post on your Facebook personal profile. And for that, I wouldn't say post the whole calendar. I would choose posts that really speak to you and that you feel like people would like that are following you. But I would definitely do something, maybe at least once or twice a week on your Facebook personal profile. Now, for Instagram, I recommend just one Instagram account if possible, if you're comfortable with this, because I know privacy of different people, but I recommend one Instagram that you put all of your energy into, because Instagram is still a place where people can find you. A Facebook personal profile, people aren't just going to randomly find you, but people who are interested in moving to the areas you serve, who are interested in homes and real estate and everything that you represent, can find you on Instagram. It's a great way to attract new customers. So I would put all of your energy into just one account, and then I would follow that content plan we recommend. And then if you want to throw in other things that might be happening, absolutely. You went out and did something this weekend that wasn't on the calendar. Yes, feel free to include that. I would put it all into one thing. For LinkedIn, I would really focus on a LinkedIn personal profile over a page. Page don't get much reach. I would just focus on that profile. YouTube, I would have a branded YouTube about you and real estate. I don't know how much further I want to go down the rabbit hole on this. TikTok, same thing as Instagram. All right. Oh, I want to welcome a few members that have joined. Welcome Nicole for joining. Welcome Yvette for joining. I'm excited to welcome you inside of the marketing suite. All right. So I've got a couple other questions too that I see in the chat. How do I reach meaningful followers on social? A lot of my current followers are other agents. Yes. So this sometimes happens. I get other people who are my competition following me. This happens. I wouldn't focus on it. What we need to focus on is getting the right content to the right person. And it's all part of your social media strategy. So when we're thinking about followers on social, I'm going to specifically speak to Instagram here. We want to be posting that local content. Remember, I showed you in the content calendar, the community and local content. That has an SEO advantage as well on Instagram, because Instagram is a business. Facebook, Mark, this is a business. Instagram wants you to spend as much time on the platform as possible. So it's in their best interest to take accounts and that content and connect it with other accounts who are going to engage with that content, so you spend as much time on the platform as possible. So when we share content that's guiding people to you, you will grow your followers. So we use local content, and inside it, we make sure our captions have those keywords and things that will help more people find you. Reels, short form video, is another great way to increase your following. Reels are going to get you the biggest reach right now, short form video. So in the marketing suite, we usually have about 2 reels every week as templates in Canva, and you can customize those too. So reels are a big way to grow your following. And also too, I wouldn't get too caught up in growing your following. I mean, you could have 10,000 followers and no customers, and you could have 200 followers and you get several deals from Instagram. It's all about showing up with the right kind of content and attracting just the right people. So the people who are interested in buying and selling in your market, or the people who are your sphere who are interested in engaging with you more. That's why we had that multicolor content calendar that's going to bring all of that together. I mean, I've had agents that I've worked with that started with 0 followers in the beginning and then grew, but had huge success in the number of people that actually worked with them. So that is a bigger question, Claire. I actually have a training. I have several trainings in the marketing suite about specifically social that you might want to check out on that topic. Make sure you're following me on social for it as well, because it's something that we're continuously working on. All right. Do I have any other questions? I know I've kept you here for a little bit, and I want to be respectful of your time. If I don't have any more questions, I'll just say one last thing. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you including me in your business strategy. I hope that you walked away with some ideas of what you should be doing every month. Remember, it's about a multi-purpose multi-campaign account, campaign, so that you can show up consistently, you can reach the right people, you can fall into that marketing rhythm that actually gets results. So take those notes that you had today, make sure to implement it. If you want to use our interactive marketing plan, please do. I invite you to do that inside of the marketing suite. And thank you again for being here. I will see you again at our next training. If you want to take a screenshot and tag me on social that you were here, learning and always improving your marketing, please do that. And if you want to take advantage of that lead generating custom marketing bundle, you can only get that right now. So if you haven't, clicked that link right here so you have it open on your browser. Even if you want to think about it for a little bit, you're using that link so we can make sure that you get your bonus. And thank you so much. And I will see you again very soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.